couple of weeks ago, I was doing a test, like a really, really big test, and it was really, really important that I passed this test. It wasn't necessarily a written test, but it was just a thing that I have to pass. And without going into details, I didn't actually pass it, okay? And um, yeah, it was insanely expensive. Like it was a really expensive mistake. Um, and it was just something that I really couldn't fail. Like I had to pass it, uh, but I failed it, and it was kind of a thing where like I'm running out of time, right? So I have to pass this like within this time, and I didn't pass it. And at the time, I was just so disappointed. I was just so like pissed off with myself and kind of some external factors that I couldn't really control. Um, and yeah, it was kind of a letdown. But to be honest, it got me thinking, and it just gave me the realization that it doesn't really matter. And I think a lot of the things that we get upset about, we kind of build them up in our heads as being bigger deals. I mean, this was a big deal, right? So I don't get me wrong, but um, we often build things up in our heads as being bigger deals than they are in reality. In reality, all I have to do is just, study hard and just get back at it and then try it again. And I'm still like running out of time, but I still have a couple weeks. So I just have to try really hard to finish it and pass it. And um yeah, another thing that I noticed was I was looking back through my notes, and my recent notes are like, oh, I have to pass this, I have to pass this by this date, I have to get this done, I have to get this done. But then I look back at some recent things that I was writing, a year or so ago, a couple years ago, and they're all the same notes as right now, but they're just related to different things. And I remember getting upset that things weren't going according to plan, and then I had all this stress over different things, like my commercial pilot license. That's one thing that I was writing about. Well, I see it like on the wall right there, and it's not really stressful anymore. I mean, I just achieved it, and I don't know. You kind of just got to realize that things are just bigger in your head than they are in reality. And in reality, it shouldn't be that difficult for me to achieve this thing. And even though I have failures, I've had failures in the past, and I've achieved things in the past. And so I feel like this is no different. And it really should be like I know that I'm going to achieve it. So I shouldn't worry, and I shouldn't like build it up in my head as, oh, am I gonna get it? I don't know. And I think that's what a lot of people do, and they don't really not achieve their goals in reality because of external factors or because of reality. It's built up in their head, and I feel like some people who don't have built up achievements in the past, or maybe they just don't realize all the built up achievements in the past that they have, is that if you just keep at something, like there's nothing that can stop you from achieving it if you just keep at it and you don't give up. And so that's kind of what I've noticed from doing this and like in the past, and kind of repeating the same thing over and over again, and keeping a log of like what I need to do, and keeping logs of like my failures and the things that I want to achieve, and then achieving them. And it just makes it so that I have this long list of like goals that I've achieved, like really difficult things, and it just makes me realize that as long as you keep going, you're going to achieve whatever it is. And you might have setbacks. Everybody has setbacks. but yeah, so it's like whatever you are working on, I feel like it's really not as big as you think it is, and literally anything. It shouldn't be that difficult to achieve. But make sure to like if you like this video and subscribe. I'm kind of just yapping at this point because I'm focused on these things and I need to get them done. But once I get them done, it'll be good videos again. So thanks for watching and bye.